hello.
Hello, hello. Hello, hello. It's probably from me, hello.
Yeah, welcome back to Lindseys Builds. Yeah, it's the second time today. Yeah.
Wow.
Well, I did say I was going to come in with a stream at some point. I didn't know whether to do it now or about 11 o'clock at night. So
Oh.
I thought I'm going to be too tired at 11 o'clock at night. So,
Yeah.
So, we are expecting Alex in, probably in about half an hour. So, Dave Blackburn, he's got ready for bed. So, anyway, we've got Mr. Mark's mods with us.
Evening.
And we've got old Unky Bunky Ron.
Hello. Hello, hello, hello.
So, this stream is nothing really specific, any kind of subject. It's just a chill out stream, you know. Just sit there, chill out, just work at the bench, do whatever we want. So not tied to anything really. So I'll go in. Yeah. We've got Apple McNicklin, and he says live on the oceans, waves can be very up and down as well as sideways. Huey. Apple also says life on boats can be hazardous, and all that up and down and sideways motions making folk go, Huey. Yeah. So we've got Sprue and Glum.
Hey, Sprue.
Hello there, Sprue.
Hi, Sprue. Hi, Apple.
And we've got also John Alec in. Welcome in, John. Nice to see you, buddy. I hope you're well. And he says, hello, Lindsay, Apple and Sprue. Apple says evening, Sprue and John Alec. We've got Jeff Light and Maggie in. Hello there, Jeff and Maggie. Welcome in. And he says, very good evening, guys. Good evening to you and Maggie. Apple says, evening, Mark, Ron, Jeff, and Maggie. David Markey says, evening, Lindsay. Welcome in, David Markey.
Do it.
He also says, hello, Mark. Hello, Ron. Hello, Apple. Hello, David. Hello, John. Apple says, even David M. David Markey says, hello, Jeff and Maggie. So it's like I say, this stream is just a chill out stream, just do what we want at the bench. No specific subject. So we've got cameras down.
Yeah.
So Jeff Light says, hi, David. Hi there.
Good evening, everybody in Chatland.
Yes.
So we'll have a look, see what Mark's up to first.
So I am going to black out these windows. I have to do it on the other side. We haven't even installed this yet, but I know there's going to be light leaks on this, so I'm just getting ahead early and getting it done.
Cool.
So, and I found my original cutting mat when I started my channel.
Oh, wow. It's got a mark on it, Mark.
I know, I wasn't as strict with myself as I was back then.
Yeah, right, okay.
You got it wrong.
Yeah, and I'm really carrying on with my LOLs, but then again, I've got the refugees fleeing the Germans. And hopefully I'll get some more done and finish with this one, yeah, specifically because this is the one for, let me see where it is. There we go. Refugee family. I'm trying to finish that one off, and then I'll be starting on that one.
He's not got very far with that wheelbarrow, has he?
Pardon?
He's not got very far with that wheelbarrow since we last saw him.
No. Well, the thing is, if you remember, I was sitting and having a problem with this one at the start because it didn't want to glue properly. So now it's glued in properly, and now I can glue the rest of it.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
So me, I'm going to carry on with her tonight. Yes, skin tone is very orange, so I am going to correct that at some point. So other than that, yeah, it's getting there. Got a bit of a problem with this bit and her feet. Stick it down there like that. It looks as though something's shoved a pole up a Jaxie, and he's just hanging around.
Should be under red tape then.
You can actually get these underneath, right? You know what I mean?
Oh wow.
Yeah. So I'm going to do a bit on this tonight. Just going to chill out, sit, relax. So
Yeah.
That's what I do. Jeff Light says, hi, Apple. Screw and Glue says, oh my God, Ron blew your nose. Sniff, sniff. Jeff Light says, hi, Sprue. It's all up a sniff. What was I doing?
Yeah, someone cut the grass again. That's the problem with this year now.
Problem levels haven't been too bad here since the weather's turned rainy and they've dropped quite a bit.
I think the pollen's still quite high, to be honest. We've got Daniel in, Go For It Painting. Then he says, hello. Hello there, Daniel.
I go for it.
Go For It Painting says, hi, David. He also says, hi, Jeff, and hi, Apple, and hi, all.
Hey, Daniel.
Welcome in. It's nice to see you. Go for it. Apple says, evening, Daniel. Go for it.
Yeah.
We are expecting Alex in about half an hour. So.
Okay.
I'll be here for as long as my medication does not kick in.
Yeah, same here too.
Oh, if we see you falling asleep at the bench, we know why.
It's not the first time I've fallen asleep at the bench.
Yeah. I sat there watching the news and I fell asleep.
Must have been riveting then.
Yeah.
Spoon Blue says, hi all in chat, sorry, busy right now. John Alex says, hi Daniel, Mark, Ron, Jeff and David. David Markey says, hello Daniel, Jeff and Maggie. Jeff Light says, Maggie and I are very lucky we don't suffer from hay fever. I never did until up to 2 years ago. Joshy B says, evening Lindsay, gents at the bench, folks in chat. If you're falling asleep, Mark, I'll get the pen and paper ready. Go For It Painting says, hi Joshy.
My our youngest son just this year has started suffering with hay fever.
Yeah.
And he's never suffered from it before either.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, there is a lack of bees, isn't there?
Mm.
Well, it's all these people saying we want wildlife gardens.
Yeah.
All the time. Oh, we'll put a wildlife garden in. Yeah, that attracts the wildlife into your house when you've got your windows and doors open.
Yep.
Do you really want bees flying about and spiders and everything?
Not really.
Spiders. Be spiders.
Yeah.
Okay, Jeff Light says, hi Daniel. Apple says, Joshy B has buzzed over here. Joshy B says, go for it. Jeff Light says, hi Joshy. David Barkey says, hello Joshy. Joshy B says, I took the mickey out of my mate for years for having hay fever. Then I started sneezing for 1 year and now I get occasionally hindsight of it. Go Painting says hi, John. Joshy B says Jeff, Maggie, Apple, and David. Apple says nothing wrong with spiders, Mark. They keep the fly population down. John Alex says hi, Joshy B.
Well, they're all right, but I'm not bothered by them, but Julie and Oliver are bothered by them because they can't stand them. So they don't bother me, but it's just other members of the house.
Yeah.
What bothers me is when I have to go around with the Hoover, hoovering up the cobwebs.
Yeah. Can be quite painful.
That what would do my head in is say if I had a studio in the garden, you'd never get rid of spiders. Or they start laying eggs.
Yeah. It's quite something in the end.
I don't mind spiders. They don't bother me.
No, me neither.
I don't mind them, but I don't want them all over my models. Thank God we don't live in Australia where they have them huntsman spiders.
Yeah.
Now, if you ask me about snakes, hands down, no way.
Really?
Can't stand them.
Stinky, smelly things, snakes.
Yeah.
Hey, but Ron, you're from South Africa, so you're probably used to growing up with snakes.
Yeah. We had loads of snakes.
Black mamba in the garden, you probably thought it was a toy.
Yeah. Yeah. Puff adder as well.
I used to watch that Snakes in the City
Yeah.
on Discovery. I'm just thinking, yeah, that guy's crazy. Picking cobras.
Yep. Yeah.
You're not even safe in the air because some of them go up into the trees.
Yep.
Yeah. Snakes and Lindseys rag keep me away.
Got a phobia about that, isn't there?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. This chat. Wow.
Busy tonight.
Joshy B says, "Hey, John Alec, my guy. Hope you and Celine are well." Jeff Light says, "Hi, John." Got Stephen Haynes in. Welcome in, Stephen Haynes. Nice to see you.
Stephen.
He says, "Hi, Lindsay, Mark, and Ron." Stephen Haynes also says, "Hi, Apple." Stephen Haynes says, "Hi, Spur and Blue." Gina's Craft says, "Hi, everyone. Just got home. Hope everything's well. Eating leftover pizzas." Welcome in anyway, sis. Go for it, Painting says, "Hi, Stephen." Apple says, "Mark, tip for your new to consider about spiders. They dislike orange peel." Stephen's model says, "Hi, John Alec." Jeff Light says, "Hi, Stephen." Joshy B says, "Mark is semi-homophobic. I hate them, but find some of them absolutely beautiful. I went to Acronid and dog show one year, and I held a small Goliath bird eater. It was in a plastic tub, but still." Stephen says, "Hi, Jeff Light and Maggie." Joshy B says, Mark. Stephen Haynes Model says, hi, David Markey. Sprue and Glue says, Lindsay, I'm guessing Mark had been in his bonnet. As a being.
No.
Joshy B says, Stephen. Stephen Haynes says, hi, go for it. He also says, hi, Joshy. Joshy B says, I used to own a snake. I used to also have 4 praying mantis. When I get my own place, I'll plan to have a few more. Stephen Haynes says, hi, Gina's Crafts. John Alex says, hi, your mate, Stephen Haynes Models. Apple says, hi, Stephen Haynes. Joshy B says, Gina. Apple says, hi, Gina. Jeff Light also says, hi, Gina. And Davey Barkey says, hi, Gina. Joshy B says, Mark, there's also rumours about conkers keeping spiders out, but I'm still 50-50 on that one.
Yeah, I've heard that one. I don't mind spiders. They're very fascinating to me. It's just other members of this house that don't like spiders.
Just don't look through them. Don't look at them through a magnifying glass.
It's always me that if they're spotted, it has to go up to them and get them out. When the youngest was little, he used to have a right paddy if there was a spider in the house.
Oh.
He would go nuts, start screaming, and yeah. We once went to Filey, and his granddad wanted to take him rock pooling.
Yeah.
He saw one crab and thought it was a spider, and he's never been rock pooling again. The eldest didn't care, but Oliver, no. Thought a crab was a spider and ran a mile.
Sure, you want to come in? Joshy B says that's looking good, Lindsay. Well, it's getting there, Joshy, but it's like I said, it's my first attempt, so it's not going to be perfect. Joshy B says, I love the little jumping spiders we get here, the zebra ones. You also see them on the outside wall of your house or the window ledge in the summer. The eyesight of a jumping spider is incredible. As long as it can jump over your shoulder and not in your face, that's the main thing.
He even had a fear of Daddy Longlegs.
Wow.
Now I'm talking to you, Gina and Joshy. As long as I leave a space for Alex. When I was younger, Apple says, I used to spend summers at my uncle's and came home one day with what I thought was a grass snake. Turned out to be an adder.
Oh.
Big says they're only small. So Gina and Joshua B want to come in, let me know in the chat and I'll send you the link. But I have to have a space for Alex when he comes in.
Oh, yeah.
You need to get in the chat and
Shakes.
Well, I'm sure you can find some at Joshua. It says I really haven't really got anything on the bench doing at the moment. Sorry, I'm having a break on resin till Thursday, just been on calls and sat there talking. So Gina wants to go on. Well, there is space for two people. So I'll put the link in the chat if you want to come in.
Oh, I've got something to show actually. So, you know, I was doing that masking yesterday, Lindsay.
Yeah.
Well, that's the end result, painted.
Oh, wow.
Nice. That looks cool.
When the light's behind it, it'll shine through the copper, blue colour.
Yeah.
And, yeah. But when it's off, the actual water cells on the Enterprise D were a copper colour.
Uh-huh.
Oh.
So,
Uh-huh.
like, but all that was them lines that I actually had to mask off.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's done. I think I was using the airbrush at 9 o'clock last night.
Wow.
And then what happened? Because you put in a metallic paint through them, it clogged.
Okay, I've got TBG in. Welcome in, TBG. And he says, hi, everyone. Joshy B says, I'll have a look and see if I've got any primed things that isn't a 3D print. All right, cool. Joshy B says TBG.
So, yeah. Hate that when you get a clog in your airbrush.
What's this? Hi, Gina.
Hello.
Ooh. What's Gina eating?
Leftover pizza.
Ah. Hi, Gina.
Hello. The trouble is the crust's a bit hard. So how is everybody?
Yeah, all right.
Okay. David Markey says, hello, James. John Alex says, hiya, James, mate.
Ew.
Oh, excuse me.
Oh, my stomach's just turned.
Really?
Yeah, I just saw Raggy.
No, not wrong.
There you go. It's closed the drawer on it.
You're a very squeamish, Mark.
Oh, Lindsay. What colour was that originally?
White, I think.
Oh, my God.
Definitely sure it was white and white.
I'll try and sneak it out the drawer next time, Mark.
Yeah, please do. Honestly.
I'll probably lose my fingers while I'm doing it.
Okay. I like grey.
Come on now.
Dawnstone. David Markey says hello, James. John Alex says hi, James, mate. TVG says hi, Sir Rag. Sorry, I am having a week off from the live streams. Cooking. TBG says, hi, John Alec. Joshy B says, think I've got some Tyranids primed somewhere. Stephen Haynes Model says, TBG Model Works. TBG says, hi, Stephen Haynes. So you're having a week off then, James? Or the raggy? Raggy.
If only you knew how much I was rolling my eyes right now.
It's not that bad, Mark.
It's not, there's nothing wrong with a bit of raggy.
Nah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think we'll call it the shop.
Oh, that's basically sorted. Just got to wait for it to dry and then be okay.
This is going to be difficult.
Oh. Yeah. They're all ready for things in there.
Youngest went back to college today.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a lot better now
Oh, good.
after his incident with the strimmer.
Been poorly then.
Well, 10 stitches.
Oh, yes, I remember now, yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
10 stitches, 2 hours waiting for an ambulance. And yeah,
cut off his fingers then, weren't it?
a massive gash in his leg though, Gina.
Wow.
Oh.
Scar.
How did he do that then, Mark?
So we found out at the last weekend that we were out at the dentist and he decided to trim the front garden. But what he didn't do is he didn't read the instructions about what happens when the strimmer line becomes too short. So he took the strimmer line off and put on a circular saw blade that came with the strimmer. It's one of these industrial ones. And he went to go do the back. And what basically happened is the strimmer hit a paving slab, ricocheted back into his ankle.
Ow.
Leaving about a 3-inch gash in his leg, and it was about 1 inch deep.
Wow.
Nearly hit the bone. So we put compress on it straight away, and we phoned for an ambulance because he was dripping blood everywhere, and we had to wait 2 hours for an ambulance to come.
Wow.
2 hours. First, we got a call back from a doctor, and he's like, "Yeah, okay, I think he needs to go to hospital." Right? Yeah, we're trying to tell you that he needs to go to hospital. He's like, "Can you get him there?" I'm like, "No, we don't have a car. We can't put him in a taxi because he's bleeding everywhere, and it'll go onto the taxi. He needs to have it dressed before he goes in an ambulance." Then the ambulance service phoned up and checked to see if it was ambulance. I'm thinking, when has the time gone where you phoned up and said, "I need an ambulance, this has happened," and they turn up without asking so many blooming questions? Honestly, it felt like we were jumping through hoops just to get him in an ambulance.
Oh.
It was crazy, absolutely crazy. So the ambulance, the rapid response ambulance turns up. He said, "Oh, I might be able to stitch this at home." But then he said he had to get another colleague to come and assist him. The other colleague came and said, no, I don't think it can be stitched up. He needs to have an x-ray to check it hasn't gone into the bone. So that's when they finally took him to the hospital. And by the time they'd done that, it were about 3 hours after the incident.
Yeah, but sure, in that time, he could have got infection.
Yes. It wasn't a clean wound either, because obviously it was a garden blade that went into the side of his leg. So 3 hours later, he ended up in the hospital. Luckily, when he was in the hospital, in the A&E, it was quite quick. They got him sorted pretty much straight away. But the task of trying to get an ambulance to take him there was an absolute nightmare.
I don't know. As long as he's all right, that's the main thing.
He is, but, you know, Julie's there, sat there on the floor in the bathroom with him, holding a compress on his leg for 2 hours. It was, yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Oh, I understand that, TBG. Yeah, they have to triage him first, but it was just the time. If it got infected, he could have gone downhill pretty quick. So, yeah. But finally, he's got over the worst of it. He's had his stitches out and he's back at college. So
It's good then, isn't it?
TBG says the ambulance service has to triage you first, sadly. Yeah. Is his name Rag Prescott? No, TBG. Sprue Glue says Mark was running around with a mop, cleaning up their blood. Actually, I wasn't. I was more fighting to get an ambulance to us and check, because both me and Julie are first aid trained. And I'm a little bit more advanced than Julie because of what I did in scouting. But yeah, it was awful just trying to get some help. And that's what I was saying to him. We need help. So yeah. TBG says he's a bit cut up about it, Gina. TBG says Dobby could have flown Rag up to mop the blood up. No, because he'd get an infection from that rag. Definitely.
He was very lucky then that it didn't go any further in.
Yeah. It was just more the thing of just you weren't being believed that it was an emergency.
Rich Prescott.
Sprue Glue says it was a joke, Mark. I know it was a joke on my cleanliness. Like I said, it was. Oh, never want to go through that again.
It's like when you phone the doctors, though, isn't it?
Yeah, trying to get an appointment.
And the receptionist goes, "Can I ask what's wrong?"
When they say that, I turn around and said, "Oh, have you had medical training?" Said, no. So I say, "Why do I need to tell you then?" Or the thing of phone back at 8 again. Well, what if you have medication that knocks you out?
You're right, Linz.
He's muted. think he's having a coughing fit. Anyway, it's behind us now, thank goodness. Did you take a sniff of Raggy?
Yeah.
And it made you choke and cough?
It did.
Yeah.
Your favourite then, Mark?
Pardon?
Your favourite?
Just shows how bad it is.
Oh, yeah.
You see, what people don't realise is this isn't going out in 1080p, but we on panel are seeing it at 1080p.
Really?
Oh, hello.
Hi, John.
Hi, Alex.
Hey, Alex.
Hello, Alex.
Hello.
I'll have a look, see what my sister's up to.
Yeah, I'm just, I've got some like mini diamond paintings. They're like little, hold on a minute, let's just put this light in. They're just like little cakes.
Yeah.
All right. Like little cards and that.
Yeah. I'm going to take a couple of these away with me.
Oh, yeah.
Because we go away 11 days. We go away.
Yeah.
Away.
Where are you going to?
Only going Skeggy.
I don't mind Skeggy.
You don't?
I don't mind Skeggy. It's, we used to go to the Butlins there.
Oh, right. Okay.
Hello, Alex.
Yeah, Alex.
Hello, Alex.
Hello.
How is Alex?
I don't know. Is he, if he's speaking, we can't hear him.
Oh.
Yeah.
I think he's kind of muted.
Huh?
Can't hear him at all,
Hello?
but we know he's there.
Yeah.
No, we can't hear you, Alex, not at all. Okay, TBG says when they asked if he's taking any meds, tell the ambulance he's taking aspirin as a painkiller.
Oh, yeah, because that's a blood thinner.
Yeah.
Mhm.
David Barkey says hello, Alex. TBG says hello, Alex.
Hello.
Hello, we got you now.
Yeah, you know.
Alex is working.
Joshy B says he's very quiet, but he's there. Okay, I've got one more space. I'll drop this link in one more time. John Alex says, howdy, Alex. And that is the link for the other place.
Did you have for dinner, Lindsay?
I had liver, onions, mashed potato, peas, carrots, and Yorkshire puddings and gravy.
Yeah, liver. Supposed to be good for you, though, isn't it?
Yes, it is full of iron. So, like a belly and bench then, isn't it? So, what's in your belly? What's your choice of beverage and what's on your bench? So we'll start off. We know what my sister's had. She's had cold pizza. Pizza. So what did Mark have?
We had some sort of Chinese freezer thing. I don't know. I didn't really like it, so I didn't really eat it. I've got a coffee, and I am blacking out these windows for the Enterprise Day.
Cool. What about you, Ron?
I had a beef hot pot.
Ooh.
A butwa pot.
Yeah, beef hot pot.
Oh, beef hot pot. I thought you said butwa pot.
No. A beef hot pot. Coffee on my bench is my LOLO. Well, you came up with it, so just to carry on with the thing then.
Going to carry on with it.
Yep.
So, what about you, Alex?
I've had some chicken and potatoes. I have water, and I am building, or starting to build, my Fire Warrior Breachers for my Tau army.
Paul put my unit together for me, Lindsay.
Sorry?
Paul put my unit together for me.
Yeah?
Yeah, I don't know whether you'll be able to see it or not.
Nice.
Behind me.
Oh, very nice.
All right.
Oh. Your new room, eh?
Well, this is just the middle bedroom.
Yeah.
You just got to have the back bedroom plastered.
Oh, it all takes time, sis.
Yeah.
So what about chat? What's in your belly and bench? Welcome in, Joshy.
Hey, Joshy.
Hello. Hello.
Hello, John.
Hello, folks. How are we all?
Oh, we're good.
As good as can be.
John Alex, howdy Alex. Then Mark Mods has put the Bronze YouTube link in, and he's put Alex's in, and also his own.
Thank you.
Okay. So what are you working on then, Joshy Tyranids?
Yeah. I've got some Von Ryan's Leapers I was going to carry on painting, but I've decided I'm actually going to try and finish this Winged Tyranid in the B pattern that I had in mind. So it's all right, but it's a little zoom in. Hang on. See need to try and pick out all the little try and cover in all the little spots that I've missed now.
Oh, right.
It's not the colour pattern they're meant to be, but I went with something different.
Yeah. Oh, everybody does their own thing, Joshy.
Oh yeah, definitely. One of those now got some new paint. Well, I say some new paints. I've got different paints than what I had before to when I originally started painting this. I can now put those on it as well.
Paints are you using now then?
I've got. Finish with a shake. I'm going to put those on them.
Oh, right, speed paints.
Yeah. And I also got the other week, same guy. He had a load of them in a box. He was just getting rid of them for £1 each, which I thought you can't go wrong with. I brought Vallejo gunmetal blue, gunmetal grey, and old gold.
Oh, right, yeah, old colour. They're good paints, they are.
Yeah, I think he's back there again Wednesday, so I'm going to get a load more off then as well.
Yeah, cool. Right. TBG says now by Princess Jasmine Akajoshi. What's that YouTube link you just put? That link you just put in, Mark?
Joshy B's channel.
Oh, Joshy B's channel.
Oh, cheers, Mark. Thank you.
No problem.
Yeah, I haven't really worked with these ones much, so I thought I'd give them a go. How's everyone been faring with this lovely British rain we've been having for summer at the moment?
Oh, it's been really nice here, to be honest, Joshy.
Yeah.
It's been nice and cool. You know.
It was nice on Saturday. That was absolutely beautiful on Saturday. Yesterday it hammered it down.
Yeah.
It's actually been quite cold today, to be fair. It's I say cold, it's been 17, but we've been used to, 24, 25?
It's been that cold wind to it, hasn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
But to be fair, it's been nice.
I haven't missed it, though.
We've had rain, wind, cool air. It's been nice.
Yeah, Friday was lovely. It was hot, but there was also it was just a cool breeze in the air as well. Not like today. Today's been quite windy around here for us.
Okay, Jeff Light says belly is cottage pie and peas. Beverage is ice cold lemon. Bench is a 135th Tanya Challenger 1 Mark 3. Right. Imagine Apple's had a 3-course meal.
I think he had, from what he was saying earlier on, I think he had spaghetti meatballs and egg fried rice. He said it was a nice combination.
Nice.
I'm going quick and easy later. I'm going to have just a couple of packets of noodles, I think.
A couple of packets of noodles.
Yeah.
I'll call them worms.
I had this obsession with them years ago, and gone now, but I do enjoy them still.
I used to love the Asda Smart Price noodles.
This is what I got a bag of, Mark, next door to me.
but I had to kind of go on a diet of them when I had all my teeth out.
Surely they would have been incorrigible, though, to have helped you, like, eat without them, though. Because if you've got no teeth, man, it's not like you need to chew anything with them, is it?
No, but the problem is, I got obviously after a while, I got sick of them.
Yeah, yeah.
So I haven't had any since. Well, it doesn't help that we don't shop in Asda anymore.
Yeah.
They literally popped up our online order too many times that we just said, nah, no more.
Yeah, they do that quite a lot. I used to be a delivery driver for Asda, and yeah, I can tell you a few stories. The one thing I actually did try for the first time a while ago, a few weeks ago, was it weeks? A couple of months ago actually. Saw a thing on YouTube of a guy who he ate some just dry, and he said they're actually really nice just dry. And I was like, you know, when you open a packet and just drop the packet in there, there's always a couple of little crumbs left at the bottom, isn't there? I was like, what's going to hurt me? So yeah, I ate them, and you know what? They're actually quite nice dry as well.
There's a new McDonald's craze going on, isn't there? Apparently people ordering vanilla milkshakes and then dumping an espresso in there.
That might work.
Apparently it does. So you get a vanilla milkshake from McDonald's and an espresso. You put the espresso in the milkshake.
That's not bad. £9 for a milkshake then.
Yeah.
Honest, I had a milk. My sister said yesterday she was ordering a Mackie D's for herself, my niece, my nephew, and her fella. I didn't want anything. I just wanted a milkshake. Said, yeah, just get me a milkshake. I said, how much you owe you? She went £3. £3.16. £3.16 for a vanilla milkshake. What is what? And yeah, it was one of those as well. I got it. It didn't really taste of vanilla, and it was 90% ice, like shredded shaved ice.
Yeah.
Okay. TBG says belly vintage red fox cheese and salad cream sarnie bench tammy 135th 8 tons semi truck beverage water possibly airfix. Oh, semi track. Half track. Ace. Yeah, go on, Joshy.
Say again, sorry, Lindsay.
I interrupted you there. You was talking about.
No, you're right, dude. You're right. I was just thinking then when TBG says beverage water, possibly airfix, I'm thinking he must have a very colourful toilet when he goes for a wee with all the airfix water he drinks with the different colours he must mix in that glass. Yeah, Mark, the one that I did try, that I did make the sort of like a regrettable purchase afterwards, was when the Bachelors brought out their cheeseburger flavoured noodles.
Right.
I thought they might be like a little bit beefy flavour, you know what I mean? Thinking cheeseburger.
Yeah.
I opened the packet and I instantly smelt vinegar, and I'm thinking, well, what goes on a burger? Vinegar, gherkins, and I hate gherkins and pickles. But I cooked them, took the first bite, and it was like biting into a pickle, and it was like, I can't eat these.
I tried the doner kebab flavour pot noodle. I was like, what the heck is that?
Oh, which one? The pit. Oh, sorry, what?
I'm just saying that went in the bin.
I didn't try that one. I did try the peri. Was it the peri? No, the Mexican. The Mexican one was beautiful.
Sorry, Gina.
My son used to eat raw pasta.
That's a new one.
Yeah.
I bet that must have hurt his gums.
Yeah. But saying that, I used to eat raw potato.
Oof.
It's funny you should say that. I worked with a girl a couple of years ago that was we were at dinner break and I thought she was slicing an apple. Like, with the knife, she was slicing a potato. I'm like, "Are you eating a potato raw?" She went, "Yeah." I was like, "Wow." I could not do that. Some people I think it was my granddad used to eat an onion like an apple. Or I think it was my granddad or my great granddad, if I remember rightly. But yeah, one of them used to eat an onion like an apple.
Tell you what I used to love is the naked noodles.
Oh, in the little tubs.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
the original ones, not the ones they do now. They used to do one, and it was a chili beef one, and it used to come in a square box, and then you got a round container in it.
Right.
And I used to love them. And then they decided to change all the packaging and the flavourings, and I can't stand them now.
Is it is it the Sabo noodles in the tubs where you empty the water out halfway through and they've got the little holes drilled into them? I can't remember what they're called now. Sabo. They're all right, but there's way too much vegetable in there and not enough noodles.
You see, I can't stand the peas that they put in pot noodles.
No, I take the peas out. I would literally go through the pot noodle and take them out.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah,
One
I
of
don't
my-
like these either.
No, I don't mind the mushrooms out of the chicken and mushroom because I don't like mushrooms as in the white mushroom that you can just go and buy out of any shop. I like the chestnut mushrooms with the brown top. They're quite nice. Don't mind them.
Have
If
you
you
tried the kimchi ones from Home Bargains noodles?
no,
I haven't tried them, but they are quite popular.
the ones that I brought last year when I went to Paintball Festival, I took 2 trays of them. You know, they're called Go Lee. They're in like a yellow container and the white one's red. I just brought the yellow container of those. They were addictive. They were really nice. They were.
Okay, TBG says, need to drink plenty of water, otherwise his limbs don't work.
Stay limber.
Apple says, okay, we're back. Hamish walkies for the day over with, and it's pleasant evening for walking with nature and collecting doggy bags. TBG says he has 2 bagger. Apple. Apple says he was tonight, James, well spaced out, going and coming home. Okay, that was a load of poo.
Oh yeah.
You have to mute for a second. Sorry.
Sorry?
Just gonna have to mute for a second. Sorry, hang on. I'll explain why in a second.
Oh, right, no worries. Got to pick his donkey back up. Okay, we'll have a quick go around the benches, see how the guys are doing in a bit.
sorry about that. There's a music festival in my area over the weekend, and I think they were just testing the speakers one more time before they went.
Oh,
So I don't know if anybody could have heard that then, but yeah, they are loud. I can hear it from my house.
I never heard a thing, mate.
That's all right.
Somebody I know, she lives in Somerset and she can hear the music from Glastonbury.
Oh,
wow.
there's when it used to run, and I used to live in the area. I was only about 3.5-4 mile away from the place. The V Festival in Shropshire. You could stand in my back garden some nights, and when they were on, you could hear some of the bands that were playing. I think one of the best ones I've done recently was last year when I was walking through my area. They had Brian Adams there, and I walked past, and he just happened to be singing "Summer of '69." So I thought, yeah, I'll stop and watch him. Because how they do it in the place called the Bowl, and it's literally like a small, little gladiatorial arena. You stand around and view on the outside of it, but they've got a flat area in the middle, and that's where they have it. But you can stand around the outskirts of it and watch over.
My son went to Leeds Festival not so long ago.
Never done Leeds. I've only ever done V Festival. I'd like to do Download at some point.
I'd hate to think how many people leave their tents behind.
I worked there the one year. It's about 2010, 2009. And because we were in the staff campsite, the next day, when it was the Monday, when everybody was sort of like packing and ready to go, me and a few mates went round the campsite, and just there's that many left over. People leave loads of stuff. Like there's full crates of beer just left, like in a tent, in an empty tent, just a full crate of beer. You're like, gold mine, thank you, take that. Recycle.
The thing is, though, people leave a right mess when they leave them festivals, don't they?
Yeah, they do. Fortunately, I wasn't on the clear up crew. I was on the car park, so I had to get people in and out. But yeah, that was fun for them.
Never think of anything being left behind on after a festival. Always reminds me of Wayne's World 2 when they at the end, it's just absolutely covered in litter.
Oh yeah. Follow the Weird Naked Indian.
Yeah.
Love that film.
I don't think I've ever seen Wayne's World.
There's a lot of quotes you can take out of it.
TBG says, "Pass the Dutchie on the left-hand side," is what I heard, Joshy. Says, "Hi, Lindsay and panel." Hello there, Tasha. Hi,
Tasha.
TBG says, "Tasha." Crafting Budget Mother says, "Hi, Apple." And Crafting Budget Mother saying, "Hi, it's back to TBG." Okay, I'm going to go around the benches. Start off again with benches.
Yeah, I'm nearly finished this one. done this bit. Yeah. And I've just got this bottom bit to finish. Yeah, they're nice little things really to do. You could sort of like do this sort of thing in between doing a big one or doing a brick build or whatever you want, really.
Yeah, cool. Nice. Get up.
Ah, I am currently just cleaning up backpacks, but I did one of the test models. Quite nice.
Oh, nice.
Can't wait to paint them.
Nice. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
We'll get it Joshy B.
I am painting around the bottom here a different colour yellow. I don't know if you can see it well with there. So there's two different yellows there, so I'm painting the bigger stripe in the middle of his waist, a different colour, and I've just gone round all of the wings here. Painted all the membrane a different colour as well. I did a different paint over it, so it sticks out a bit more.
Cool.
Good.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Here's next Ron.
I've just done a few more little bits on the X, like the radio there, a bit, the jukebox, and then got that together. Now got the wheelbarrow back together again, and that's about it. And then I've started on the lady, which is a bit fiddly at the moment because she doesn't want to. Oh, it's right there actually. Glued a little bit, and then started the cart being the refugee teacher family now.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool. Thank you very much, Ron.
Okay.
Oh,
So I've done all the blacking out on here now, and I've just done a little bit of blacking out on here where I know there's another light leak. And that's it. There's nothing more really I can do tonight, so I'm just going to have a quick tidy up.
cool. Nice one. Okay. Me. Okay. So yeah. So what I've been doing is done the rest of these belts in black. Done these attachment pipes to control all these bits here, and started doing the detail, the gold, and I've done this in a light grey, the chest piece and the plates and stuff, and a bodice thing, and then just started in with this gold. So got another gold to put on it.
She's got some powerful legs. Must work out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
You noticed them then, Alex, yeah?
I just had a look and I just saw them at the last moment.
It's admiration of the flesh tones, I think.
Yeah, really well done. The shadows and everything on the muscles.
Yeah, you're doing well on that, Lindsay. With the legs and the skin tone and everything.
Yeah,
Better
really
in
brings
the
out the
camera
muscle.
than it does in real life, actually. Yeah. So,
I aspire to those legs.
It's getting there. It's getting there. So I'm working my way upwards now. So, got a few touch-ups to do as well. But
Nice.
getting there. Yeah, David Barkey says hello, Natasha. John Alex says hi, Tasha. Joshy B says musical youth. TVG, I remember them. Crafting Budget Mama says hi, David and John. Stephen Haynes says hi, Tasha. How are you now? Crafting Budget Mama says hi, Stephen. I'm holding up, lungs are still healing. Apple says hello, Alex.
Hello.
You see, I've told Lindsay where he can get a 7 of 9 figurine from.
Yeah, you did.
Mark, you know when you said you're tidying up,
Yeah.
What exactly are you tidying up?
Well, I've just tidied up my bench.
Yeah, what, the two pieces? I'm not turning my camera around, mate. You'll have an heart attack if you see mine.
I did have paint on my bench, and I've just tidied all my paintbrushes up. And
I swear to God, if you and JC got together, you'd be like, is it Kim and Agatha, the house cleaners that went round, the one with the cleanest bench and the one with the cleanest hands.
well, what you don't know right now is I'm currently cleaning my hands with antiseptic wipes.
See, you and JC definitely need to get together.
I did price up how much one of them sterilisation machines would be before you enter the room, but they're in the thousands.
Those ones are like a dehumidifier.
Yeah, basically you stand underneath it and it sterilises you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could use a pair of bricks.
Use a pair of what, Lindsay?
I said if he wants sterilising, I could use a pair of bricks.
Wallop.
The only thing that needs sterilising for you, Lindsay, is that flipping rag.
Don't talk down on Raggy.
They're always picking up Raggy, isn't he? Okay, Apple says, Belly tonight was spec bog with meatballs and egg fried rice for the first time, and I will have it again as it was good. Apple juice and creamy. Can't beat a bit of spec bog with meatballs. With egg fried rice.
Oh, egg fried rice is so easy to make. Once you've made it from scratch, you'll never buy it frozen or anything ever again.
Yeah.
I did try it the once, and I was tempted to put bacon, bacon lardons. I was tempted to put that in whilst I was scrambling the egg. I might try that again. I might try that though. Actually, now thinking about it. I still think the best egg fried rice is from the Chinese, though.
I'm happy I used to live there, so I got to try it directly from the source.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
Any of the 10,000-year-old egg delicacy as well.
No.
Oh, the fermented egg. Oh.
Yeah. You seen that episode? Did you ever watch Carl Pilkington Abroad? An Idiot
Yeah.
Abroad? Yeah, that one where he's on about the coach drive when he visited the Great Wall of China.
Sat there eating chicken feet. Oh.
I won't go into detail, but it was, sorry, Gina.
We sell them at work and for cats and dogs.
Yeah, I've seen those in B&M. And where else have I seen them? I've got an Asda as well.
Because in some countries they're a delicacy, aren't they?
Yes, Indonesia, Philippines. It's a bit of a random one then, seeing as Athol's had spaghetti and meatballs with rice. What's everybody's, like, everybody has like a little weird go-to thing that they have, but what's everybody's weirdest food concoction that you still eat? Not regularly, but you'll just go to occasionally.
People think I'm weird when I have smooth peanut butter sandwiches with tomato sauce.
That's a curious concoction.
That is a curious concoction with tomato sauce, but with the peanut butter, Lindsay, try slapping a couple of rashers of smoked bacon on with that. Because a peanut butter and bacon sandwich is one of the most amazing things I've ever had.
Just trying to think now if I have any weird foods that I eat, but I don't think I do.
So I've got a couple. Well, one of them is ironically talking about him earlier on noodles. Is chicken and mushroom pot noodle with a couple of packets of ready salted crisps crushed up inside of it. And the second one is sausage and mash, but instead of having it with gravy, stick a garlic bread cheese pizza underneath the mash, and then barbecue sauce on top. Yeah, that's a game changer. I've got loads of weird ones.
Spring Blue says lemon curd and banana sari.
I reckon that'd be quite nice, actually.
I think that would be I quite like a banana sandwich.
Yeah, lemon curd's really nice. I haven't had lemon curd for years. I remember my nan years ago. I haven't had one for a while, but cheese and apple sandwich.
Cheese and apple.
Yeah. Or on brown, it works well on brown bread. Banana sandwich.
I used to eat cheese and pickled toasties a lot. Pickled onion.
I'm not a fan of pickled onions, but I do like cheese toasties.
Well, the Branston pickled onion.
Yeah. Branston, no chance.
Tasha says hi, Sprue.
We've got a thing here in Sweden that's curious for others. That is a curry and banana pizza. So good.
Yeah, I've heard of that.
And banana.
Good. So good. With small, small peanuts as well. Woo.
See, I'd rather eat that over surströmming any day of the week.
Oh, definitely. I still haven't tried that.
No, I don't blame you. I can understand why. Even if you live there, I can still understand why.
I sent some to a friend of mine who's going to culinary school in Leeds because he wanted to try some. He opened it in class.
You horrible, horrible man. That's a brilliant idea.
No, he wanted it. And he said he liked it. He wants me to send more.
I think it was our friend Marcus that said that once he knows somebody who had a wedding, surströmming wedding, and the hotel couldn't use the room for a week.
Sounds about right.
I would say one thing I used to eat, but I haven't done it for a while, is chips with garlic butter covered in cheese.
That's just made me hungry now.
Because when I used to work in the takeaway, I used to make that concoction, just chips, garlic butter on top, and then cheese on top, and they were really nice.
I'm probably showing my age here. That some people know how old I am anyway. Do you remember the chicken Premier from Mackie D's when they had them out years ago?
Think so, yeah.
It was like a really thick, lovely, thick, juicy piece of chicken, like southern fried, but it was, yeah. They had that, I think it was sour cream and chive sauce with it as well. When I used to work at McDonald's when I was 17 in college, I used to make myself a triple one of those with cheese and bacon, and yeah, completely off the menu, of course. But it's a random one as well. If you get a McFlurry, just get an apple pie, shove it in there. It's essentially apple pie and ice cream.
A banana and chocolate spread sandwich is nice.
Banana always goes well with chocolate.
Yes, and I can imagine now, Mark, you've said that'd go nice as a toasty.
Yep.
Because the butter and chocolate and gooey goodness goes well together.
And then on the outside of your bread, smear it with peanut butter.
Oh, Asda closes at 10. Don't tempt me. I have in the freezer, actually, speaking of peanut butter, I've got a tub of Reese's peanut butter ice cream that I need to indulge in yet, but it's only a small tub, so it's one of those ones that won't last half an hour, but will go in one sitting.
Oh, making me hungry and everything's closed.
It's 10 to 11 for you over there, isn't it now?
Yeah.
Julie, when she was pregnant with the boys, she craved chocolate mousse with skips. So she'd literally get the skips crisps, dip them in the chocolate mousse and eat them.
Oh.
Jeff Light says, Maggie has told me to leave my challenger for the night as it's booting me at the moment. The attaching of some very fine and delicate railings, one of which is broken. Hopefully, I can solve it. Yeah, and then when you do them railings and handrails, they're a nightmare.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're getting frustrated with it, just put it to one side, Jeff. UG says banana and sugar sarnie. Jeff Light says the naughty word jar is filling up. Jeff Light said a lot when I was a little lad, TBG. TBG says egg smoked. So, paprika salad cream sarnies.
Ooh, paprika.
Spoon Blue says, Mark, you're just a sadist.
I think that's sadistic.
Sadistic, then. Same word. Same word. Sadistic, sadist. Yeah, it's all the same.
So, Alex, with yourself in Sweden, you may be familiar with a thing called a raclette maker.
A what?
A raclette maker.
Unsure, actually.
Oh, no, so I thought you guys might have had them over. They have them in Switzerland. And I remember Marcus saying that he knows of one as well. Knows of them. Basically, it's a little square bit of cheese that you put on like a toaster. And you grill it underneath, and the cheese melts, and you can pour it over. They have onions, potatoes, and garlic fried.
Oh, I'm so hungry. No, I've not heard of that, I'm afraid.
I'm not helping here, am I?
No.
I don't know what TBG's put in the chat. I think might send Sprue a little bit off colour.
Oh, yeah.
Jeff Light says peanut butter. Green. TBG says crunchy peanut butter and Marmite sarnie. Don't forget the pineapple.
Yeah.
Maybe the separated pepperoni and the Marmite, but not together.
Yeah.
But then again, saying that, they did do Marmite coated peanut, which were quite nice.
So I'm just looking at Sprue's comment back.
They just love it that you spend that long trying to get the perfect angle just to paint that bit that you need to paint, but you go to paint it and the paint's dry on the end of the brush.
Yeah. Hear that?
Oh, some of these mold lines on these tile models are absurd.
Which one's the Tau again?
They are the young alien race.
Okay.
Yeah, blue.
Ah, those are the ships that you built, Lindsay, the Tau Empire ships.
Yeah.
Ah, okay, yeah. So I'm still learning all of this, Alex. Not been doing it too long.
I haven't either. I've just been indulging in the lore for a very, very long time.
Oh, fair enough.
Good stuff. Tyranids are a lot of fun.
Yeah, they're my favourite at the moment.
Because they're not good guys, or they're not good guys or bad guys. They're just hungry.
I call them the xenomorph species, the aliens.
Yeah.
That's what they are, just with guns.
Pretty much.
So they're a hive species, aren't they? So they're just all about survival of their species.
Yeah. Go to a planet, eat all organic matter, and then go to the next planet.
Yep. Sort of like the Horde off, not the Horde. Is it the Plague? Not the Plague. Off Halo.
Oh, the Flood. Yeah.
The Flood. Yeah, that's the one. Sorry, that's them.
I think Lindsay, Joshy, and Alex needs to do a Warhammer stream together.
Oh dear.
Easily. I mean, it's all up in building.
Easily. You could just talk Warhammer for 2 hours.
Gladly.
That I'm saying that as a compliment.
So that would leave Alex a lot of talking then, because I don't know anything. And Lindsay, what's your knowledge on Warhammer and everything like that? I know you're an expert on painting, but I don't know if you know anything about them.
I know most Warhammer now.
Oh, I just dropped my knife. It almost went in the wrong spot.
Okay, where did we get to in the chart?
It could be like some sort of questions and answers.
TBG's comment is next, Lindsay, at 9:55. Raclette is popular in,
Yeah, Raclette is popular in Germany, he says. James, Sprue and Glue says, James, you're sick. David Markey says, sweet and sour, James. Jeff Light says, Marmite, yes. Peanut butter, never. Can't stand the stuff. Sprue and Glue says, I love a sugar sarnie as a kid. David Markey says, an aunt used to give us honey sarnies. And those wafers that you like, Sprue, with a peanut butter and a Marmite dip.
If you're a fan of Tyranids, Alex, you may like this. So that's your standard size Tyranid, yeah?
Yeah, Termagant.
Termagant. That's the one I have.
Oh,
Wow.
Did you 3D print that?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
One of their mates did it. So I said to him, I was like, if I could do something like that with one of these, what can I do with it like that big? And I do have ideas for it. I just need to get the paints for it. But the detail is phenomenal.
That's great.
There we go. And again, it does come with the same like pieces. You just got to do a bit of work to get them on, but yeah, it's going to look pretty sweet once it's done.
Can't wait to see that.
It won't be done just yet. Like I said, I've got to wait to get the paints for it. But I've already got the scheme I want. Oh, where did I just put that base?
I'm really happy I lucked out. One of the first Citadel paints I bought has turned into my favorite. So I'm using that as a nice color for my theme.
Which one's that one?
Fire Dragon Bright.
Ooh, is that a contrast or a base?
Layer. So here I have a little boy, a Pathfinder. Such a nice orange.
That is nice.
Well, I'm going to be off. Lindsay, thanks for the stream section.
Yeah, okay. Rob, no worries, mate.
Yeah. My back is starting to be very achy, bakey. And my meds is kicking in as well.
It's nice to see you anyway.
Yeah, likewise, mate. Likewise, and everybody else, and have a nice evening.
Yeah.
See you.
See you, Ron.
Bye.
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 Yeah, I'm going to drop as well, Lindsay, because my meds are about to kick in.
All right, then, mate. No worries, Mark. Thanks for coming in.
No problem.
Mark.
Bye. Bye, everybody.
See you, Mark.
Bye.
And then there were 4. But that would be a pretty fun stream idea where us 3 or anyone else who wants could come on and have a chat about Warhammer, ask questions, learn about lore, about what you want to know.
I know absolutely nothing.
I'll teach you about a decade's worth of lore in my head.
I was gonna say, if Wayne Welly's in the chat, he's very knowledgeable on the old Warhammer as well. He knows quite a bit.
It is
So
a fun subject.
I've just started painting them, to be fair, and so I started last year, and Tyranids were the first ones that I started doing. And I just went and brought that to the Termagaunt starter pack, and went on from there. And now I find myself with a very large box of Warhammer, ton of Age of Sigmar magazines, plus I'm now on whichever edition it is of the Combat Patrol magazine. I believe it's called a stash. You model makers call it. I'm getting one of those at the moment.
As long as you don't have a pile of shame, it's okay.
Not yet. There were a couple of models that were going down that way, but I've decided to carry on working with them. One of them was this one I'm doing at the moment.
I think Warhammer is probably the most comfortablest kind of building I've ever come across. I really do enjoy it.
Oh yeah, especially with all the different options you get.
Yeah.
Whether it's weapon options or customization.
I think it's the massive amount of detail you get as well.
Mm.
Yeah. On such a small scale with some of them as well.
Yeah, like
One, this glue on because this won't do it.
like this Even on the smaller scales, like the Hellhammer I painted for Legions Imperialis, there's just so
Ooh,
much
that's
detail in the little bits. Actually, had my first game the other day.
There you go. I'm big now.
Ooh,
Yeah.
I like that.
It's my Traitor Hellhammer. And it is very small.
See, this is the thing. Like a couple of our mates are building tanks for the tank event that's happening over here or something. But they're building tanks, and I really want to build a tank. Like, but I also love Warhammer, so I thought I might as well I'll try and scratch build one. But my knowledge isn't that good yet. Oh, that's beautiful. It's like an old World War One tank, that is.
Yeah. I'll have to show you the Lehman Russ then.
Yeah, after seeing a couple that Lindseys built and stuff like that, and now seeing that one, so I forget that Warhammer do tanks like this.
Yeah.
That's ace.
That is tiny.
It really is. Really good way for me to learn to paint, though, as these were the first models I ever did. Well, not specifically this one, but of this scale.
You're on Lindsay's PPM modelling group, aren't you? On his Facebook.
Yeah.
Check out a guy called Max McGinn. See what he does. He puts 5 pence pieces next to his models, and yeah.
Okay, Jeff Light says, used to know a fair bit of 40k, the original Warhammer, but I used to play the games. TBG says, Night Ron. David Markey says, Night Ron. Jeff Light says, Night Ron. David Markey says, Night Ron. The do-ron. Starting to get some attachments on it now.
Ooh.
There's just one bit on it.
She's coming on really well, Lindsay.
I like the colour you painted that skull.
This skull here, I'm not sure what colour to paint that. I mean, I think I might do half blue and half grey. Not sure. That's in the thinking mode bit, that is.
Yeah. Yeah, that's looking really good.
Go on, mate.
That's looking really good.
Yeah, cool. Thank you. It's not bad for the first game.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm quite looking forward to putting all the tentacles on. I've got a fair few tentacles to put on it.
Yeah. Have you started painting those yet?
I've done them. And they're in here, Joshy.
Nice.
She's got her axe type thing.
Yes,
nice.
I remember you showing this of the week. Yeah,
That's the axe. And these are the tentacles.
Oh wow! Yeah, that green and silver worked really well together.
Yeah, it come out nice, didn't it?
Yeah.
I'm going to put some red in these eyes on the skulls, and I'm going to do this band over here in gold as well.
Nice.
I'm thinking about what to do that skull on her breastplate.
Yeah.
So I've got these scrolls to do as well, and these bands that come down, and then all round the edge of here, I've got all these white bands to put in around the edge here.
Nice.
And then I'm going to do the white banding down this piece as well. So.
Oh, so you still got stuff to do then while you think about what colour you do in a chest plate then?
Well, a chest plate I've done in grey. I've done it in a light grey.
Yeah.
But it's the actual skull that goes round the breast.
That's the bit I mean. Yeah, that bit.
Yeah, I'm thinking about doing that half grey and half blue, or half grey and half white, like it is on here.
Go for it.
Yeah. Bring it closer, be able to see it.
It's one of those islands you know yourself. It's your own model, mate. You paint it any way you want it.
Paint it how you want it, innit?
Exactly. Yeah.
So
That has turned out really well, though.
it's getting there.
Nice.
Okay, TBG says Night Mark. Jeff Light says Night Mark. Jeff Light says, what scale is that, Alex?
The small tanks are, I think it was 6 or 8 millimeter scale.
Okay, yeah. Nice. Jeff Light says, sorry, I'm back. My iPod battery just died now on my phone. Yeah, we've only got like 16 minutes of the stream left. And then I run out of hours.
No.
So,
That's what happened last week to JC.
yeah, I don't want it to cut me off. They only allow you to run over a few minutes.
Yeah. Just to say, right, bye, folks. I've got to go.
Yeah. Jeff Light says, thanks, Alex. Yeah, I really do like this Warhammer stuff.
You can get really creative with it as well.
Yeah. But when I put this on its base, because the legs are too short, because this is too long, I'm going to have to build this piece up here and then glue it on that way. So, considering I was going to throw this in the bin last night.
Nah, you should never throw models in the bin.
Jeff Light says, thanks, Alex. I want to do her hair so she's like a natural redhead, but I'm too sure what colour to use for that. What colour red?
Could you make your own?
Sorry.
Could you make your own sort of colours? Like just be creative and
because it's like a ginger red, isn't it?
What have I got that resembles an orange? Not much really. I've got Fire Giant orange out of the speed paints, but that is orange.
Yeah. Jeff Light says, Joshy, what tank would you like to build?
I don't actually know. I've got a couple of tanks behind me that I got from the model group that the Pa built, because the fella whose kits they were unfortunately passed last year. I never met the guy, but unfortunately passed. So his family got rid of all of his stash to help pay towards the cost of stuff. And yeah, I brought a few of them. I don't know. I have to have a look. There was that one. There's a prototype one that I saw at the Telford Model Show last year that was quite nice. Got like an urban camo, like digital camo, green and grey colour, which I thought was quite smart. I do plan to build a tank soon, or this year, and I've got a very interesting paint job that I've got lined up for it, which I'm not going to say anything about just yet.
Yeah, keep it as a surprise, isn't it?
Yeah, one of those ones. One of those ones where it's like you can't paint it like that. It's like I can because it actually makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Logically thinking about it, it makes a lot of sense. But yeah, when I get down to it, I've just got to find the right tank though. I was thinking about just getting a 1/72 Tiger 2 tank like the one that Terry got, like the Airfix starter kits. Quite like that one.
Yeah, because there's not a lot to them, them 172 tanks.
No, never built a tank, never done tracks. Would have a kittens doing it, but
Yeah.
No, the carpet monster.
oh yeah, but don't worry, now you fed it, you're okay for the rest of the night.
It was one of my guys' heads.
Oh dear.
Oh. Well, time to climb under and have a look. What?
Distract the carpet monster by throwing another piece in the corner and then go for it.
Right, Lynn's got to go. Paul will be home in a minute.
Okay, Gina. Okay, that's what that looks like with that axe on, Josh.
Oh, nice.
Oof.
Yeah, that's cool.
Not bad, is it?
No, that's really nice. I like that.
Jeff likes it's actual or sci-fi, Joshy?
The actual tank. At the moment, I'm thinking a 1/72 Airfix starter kit. Probably the Tiger tank, like the one that Terry built recently. But that's just because I've got an idea for the paint job. But sci-fi, I'd have to look into a Warhammer, and I haven't actually looked yet.
Oh,
I've heard the Rogel Dorn battle tank is a lot of fun to build.
Right, Googling now.
Nice build.
Right, night, Joshy. Night, Alex.
See you
Night,
later,
Night.
Gina.
yeah.
Bye.
Nice
See you again.
Bye, sis. Bye.
How are you spelling that, Alex? Rogel Dawn.
Yes, ROGAL space DORN. Yeah.
Okay, David Markey says night, Gina. Jeff Light says night, Gina, and TBC says bye, Gina. Yeah.
Oh, is that the one that El Miniaturistas recently painted?
I'm unsure.
There's a chap I watch on YouTube, and he's recently just painted a tank, and he does a lot of OSL, and he's made it look like the tank's firing a projectile at the front of it, but he's actually got the projectile firing there with the cloud lit up and everything around it. It looks like that tank.
It might be. It's the newest proper new tank kit to come out, and it is very good from what I've heard.
Yeah, let me just have a look at that just to see if that is that. That does actually look very smart. Actually, I do like that one. Where is it? El Miniaturista. Yes, it is that tank, the Rogel Dawn battle tank. Yeah, it is. I can't do that to that. That's doing it. I can't do that justice to it.
You don't have to.
Honestly, if I could paint like he could, though, I would love to do that. But yeah, Lindsay, I'll have to send you. I'll show you this one. Pause it. Because can't send it to Alex. Where's Lindsay? There we go. Actually, I can send it to Jeff as well.
Yes, Josh.
Yeah. No worries. That's what's it called? Just been on about Alex.
All right.
And that's what that guy's done to it.
Okay, guys. So really, running out of time.
Oh.
So, guys, gotta go. Cameras up. Okay. Okay, so I'd like to thank everyone for coming in as usual. It's always a great stream with chat. It's always appreciated. Got Texas Gamer just come in and says, "What are we building?" So just a quick
Hey,
run around Texas. There, I am doing a figure, a resin figure. Can't remember what it's called now. I did remember what it was, but yeah. Jeff Light says, "I Texas Gamer," so that's what I'm building and painting. Is this, and Alex was doing
Some breachers for my Tau army.
Yeah, breaches, and Joshy B is doing Tyranids.
I'm doing a custom paint job on a winged Tyranid Prime or a winged Hive Tyranid. I can never remember the name of this, but yeah,
Hive Tyrant.
That's the one. Thank you. yeah, so that's me.
Cool. So that's what we're doing, Texas Gamer, and unfortunately the stream is ending. So yeah, so like I said, thank you very much for coming in. Thank you all the guys in the background. If you enjoyed the stream, please give the stream a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed to my channel, please take a look. Lindseys Builds. It doesn't have the Mad Dog bit in it on the YouTube channel itself. So yeah, get this right here. Need the right camera. I just don't want to do it. Yeah, so yeah, I shall be live again sometime tomorrow, but I'll be going back to single streaming again now till Wednesday. I should be back in with the immolator, carrying on with that one, the Warhammer build, which is this one here. So I'll just be carrying on with that one.
Nice.
Over the next 2 days until the PPM stream. The PPM stream, it's a Facebook group, Peterborough Plastic Modelling Group. We put a live feed on for them every Wednesday and Sunday. So Wednesday is 7 p.m. till 9 p.m. Sunday is 2 p.m. till 4 p.m. So you can catch us on those 2 days on a panel stream with members, or you can watch me single streaming. So I'd like to thank Alex for coming in, and also Joshy B. Joshy B will be live on Thursday night. It's at 10 o'clock, isn't it?
Yeah, it's over on Carl's one this week. It's split between the three of us. So yeah, you'll see me live on Thursday night.
Yeah, so that'll be Carl Scale Modelling on Thursday night. And Alex will be back with us on Wednesday. Won't you, Alex?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll say goodbye, guys. Thank you very much for everybody coming in. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
See you later, folks.
Bye.